Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video on the channel. In today's video, we're going to review a swing trade that I opened today. We'll go over the stock, we'll go over the contract details, and do some technical analysis. I've been keeping everyone in the loop who follows the Options Insider Instagram as well as the newsletter, so if you guys want to check that out, both of those links will be down in the description below. So of course, before we jump into this video, make sure to smash that like button for me, subscribe to the channel for some future videos, and make sure to press that bell notification so that you guys are alerted every single time that I post on the channel. So guys, before we jump into the technicals, the first thing I want to do is talk about the stock and some reasons why I like it right now. So the stock is Home Depot. The first reason I like it right here is because we sold off quite a bit after earnings, which we will see in the technical analysis. I think it was a little bit of an over-exaggerated move. It sort of fell with the rest of the market over the last few days, last few weeks. And I think with the relative outperformance that we see on the Dow, it should help Home Depot come back up to some important levels. If the tech rotation continues like we've seen over the last few days, I think Home Depot will benefit, and that's why getting in right here where I did is a great entry in my opinion, and we will definitely see what happens. Of course, we have to focus on risk management because obviously this trade can go either way. The most important thing is to make sure you don't have too much money exposed, you don't have your portfolio too exposed on a swing trade, and I will sort of talk about that in this video as well. So let's go ahead and jump onto the computer, go over the technicals, and then we will go over the contract details and the risk management that I sort of focused on with this particular swing trade. All right, guys, so I have the daily chart pulled up here on Home Depot. Let's go ahead and go through some technicals and show you where I got into this, why I like it at this current moment. So first of all, what you see is this gap down here on earnings. So we gapped down about $4 a share. So from 274 around here at 274, 273.90 to around 269, 270. So about a $4 gap down on earnings, a little bit over exaggerated in my opinion. Stocks, when they gap down, we start to see it try to fill that gap. It's happened in the past. It's sort of a strategy that some people use. So first of all, I'm looking to see if Home Depot will try to fill that gap. Right now, my profit target on this particular trade is number one is at that 274 level. If we can get back to 274, if we can fill that gap, I'll definitely look to start taking some profits. Next is the resistance that was previous support here at $262. So what I was looking at when Home Depot was down here back around 250, 254, I didn't get into this trade because I was worried about it failing at this resistance at 262. I wanted to wait to see if we could move above it. Obviously, if in hindsight, if I got back in right here at 253, this trade would be a lot bigger, much better profit potential, but I was worried about it potentially failing here at this resistance zone. So you guys can see multiple times Home Depot found support there, and I was worried that if it tried to move back into it, we would fail back over and find some resistance. So I did wait to see if we broke above it. Over the last 2 days, we did a very nice move above that resistance area. So now I think it will turn into support once again. I like where Home Depot found support back here around the 5th, around the 4th of March. We can see back here in June and July, we found support in that 250 range, and we did it again here in March. So I like that. That was definitely a very bullish indicator for me to see if Home Depot could continue its bounce off this very strong support area back here around $250 a share. So we got that bounce over the last few days. We broke through the 262 resistance. The final thing that I was waiting for to get into this swing trade was a break above the 20-day moving average. So you guys can see this blue line right here, that is the 20-day moving average. We broke above it today, and I think we will close above it. It's about 3:21 p.m. right now. I'm looking to make sure that Home Depot closes above that 20-day moving average. If we do, then I think we could potentially see some more upside. Right now, we are fighting against the 50-day, around $270 a share. So that will be the next resistance area that I am going to watch to see if we could break through. But for example, I'll give you an example that I recently did in the past, PayPal. So I took a PayPal swing. I did not wait for it to break the 20-day moving average. That was my fault. I took it too early and I was not patient. So I'll pull up PayPal and I'll give you a good example of why I wanted to wait for the 20-day to break here. So you guys can see back here on the 1st of March, I took a PayPal swing myself. I took a loss on it. It was about a $1,000 loser. You can see it moved up into the 20-day. I was a little bit impatient. I thought it would move past that 20-day and start to move back towards the highs. But what you can see is it failed at that 20-day, got rejected really hard, and started to move down with the rest of the tech sector. So this time I learned my lesson. I wanted to wait to see if we could break the 20-day moving average. Now that I look at this is a little off topic, but this was a great hold on PayPal at the 100-day moving average. So a potential trade here as well. If it breaks the 50-day today, maybe moves back to that 20-day. But regardless, not PayPal. We're looking at Home Depot here. Home Depot, I like it right now. I got into it today. I'll go ahead and pull up the contract details on the screen. I got into some 280 calls. I have time on the contracts. They're April contracts. I want to see if Home Depot can start to move back up towards this gap fill. So 274 will be my first area of resistance that I expect, where I may start to take some profits. The next one is 280. In the past, Home Depot has had some problems at 280 when I used to trade it. So I know 280 is a pretty difficult resistance area right around here. So if we get past 274, my next profit target would be 280. I don't believe that Home Depot will move all the way back up into these highs, 284. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. So I'm not going to hold it all the way up into that 284 level. What you guys can see is we've had this downtrend on Home Depot. Now this very well could break. This could be the move back up. But first conservative target is that gap fill at 274. So I got into it today. I waited for that 20-day to break. I like that bullish movement. The next break is at the 50-day. We have the 100-day ahead. So we do have some important resistance levels that we need to break. If the Dow continues to hold strong, I think Home Depot will move up as well. As always, risk management, risking a small percent of my portfolio on this trade. If it goes wrong, I cut it. Where if it moves under the 20-day moving average, we take a loss and we move on. But right now, I like the support. I like the Dow outperformance, and I think Home Depot can move up and fill this gap. So guys, here's the E-Trade account that I'm currently holding this swing. You guys can see April 16th, 280 calls. I have about $1,100 in the trade. We're up about 6% right now. I don't expect us to be green on this the entire time. We'll see how the market moves if the Dow continues to be strong, but I have time on the contracts, a little bit over a month. So we'll see. I like the current position. I like where I got my entry. You guys saw the technical analysis. So I'll make sure to keep you updated on this swing trade. Here it is, $1,100 for the size of my portfolio is a risk that I'm willing to take. So focusing on that risk management, staying in the game is the number one key. So here's the trade, April 16th, 280 calls. We will see what happens on Home Depot. So guys, there it is, Home Depot swing trade. We will see how this works out. Dow overperformance, Home Depot being a little bit more sold off than I think it deserves to be. I like the entry. We broke that 20-day moving average. We will see what happens. Of course, the number one thing is risk management. So even if I lose on this trade, it's not the end of the world, and we will look for future opportunities. If you enjoyed today's video, if you enjoy seeing some of these swing trades, make sure to let me know by smashing that like button. Subscribe to the channel for some future videos, and make sure to check in on Sunday where I post my technical analysis videos. We had a lot of winners that I was posting on Sunday that worked out this week. Let's go ahead and see if we can have another great week of calls there on Sunday, using the 20, the 50, and 100-day moving average, historically very strong areas of support. So guys, once again, thank you for stopping by for another video. Hope to see you in the next one, and have a great rest of your day. Peace.